Okay, so let's talk about pet peeves. Um, Being around family around the holidays is always a great laboratory and an exercise in handling and exploring one's pet peeves because no one can plug you in like family. And I do have the typical pet peeve, like the person in front of me at the ATM who is doing their income taxes or rolling over an IRA instead of realizing that A stands for automatic for ATM, like in and out. You don't need to, I don't know why you need to stare at the screen for 90 seconds before you press a button. Like, just move it along. There's people behind you. But there's other pet peeves. Like, for example, when my kids don't listen. Okay, that's a good one. Now, my oldest son decided, in the wonderful visit I had, it was a great visit. All of my kids were over at the house yesterday for Christmas. But he decided he was going to pick up a cat um, and hold the cat in his face like that. And of course, this is the one cat that doesn't like to be picked up. And I said a number of times, you better be careful because the cat doesn't like to be picked up. And in the past, I used to feel like sort of a visceral thing. It could become a big emotional like thing, like where you have to raise your voice, right? But now he's 21. So if the cat's going to scratch his eyes out, I told you, right? This kind of feeds into the consequences of one's actions, which is he also wants to get driving lessons. He just got his learner's permit. And look, if you're not going to listen to me about handling a cat, I'm not 100% sure that you're ready to drive a several thousand-pound killing machine if you're not going to hit the brake when I say the word brake. So, other pet peeves around the holidays, like, for example, it's holidays, you want to relax, you want to sit down. And of course, it's almost like magic. I sit down and my wife calls me. And even if I'm like, do you need anything else? Can I go sit down? Great. And I go sit down. And then, of course, can you come help me with this? So this year, last pet peeve. I don't know what you watch around Christmas on TV. For us, it used to be like a Laurel and Hardy movie, Babes in Toyland, other things. But this Twilight Zone, Night of the Meek episode with Art Carney, classic. And I wanted my wife to watch it with me, half hour. It's just cute, fun. Not all Twilight Zones are dark, and uh, she didn't want to watch it, and I didn't press the issue. And it all goes back to this idea that it is not the external that defines our happiness. It is what we do in our head about the event that truly defines our happiness. And that tool, that precept, that realization, that insight, acting on that knowledge has helped me enormously in dealing with all of these formally, kind of reflexively visceral events, especially with people that are in family, because no one can get under your family. No one can get under your skin like family. So, with respect to all of these pet peeves, with respect to all of the things that kind of plug you in, plug me in, realizing that it is not the external, and also mixing in a dose of kindness. You don't know what that person is going through. You don't know what the guy at the ATM machine is facing. You don't know what's going through your wife's head as she's trying to cater for an entire family alone if you're not going to help. So, with that knowledge, it also changes your reaction, your conduct. I sat in the kitchen a lot more yesterday, right? I took my iPad and I sat in the kitchen and we spent time together. So it's not just how you think, but your thoughts also determine your actions, and it has a different cascade effect where instead of a downward spiral, it is actually like a happy kind of domino effect. And that to me um, is a true gift. So it's not just what happens out there, it is how I process it, it's how I think about it, it is the power I give it, and it also has a lot to do with what my actions are going forward. Amar Fati.